Welcome back to our Vedic Astrology course. In the previous lessons, we learned about the 12 zodiac signs and the 9 planets. Today, we are going to study one of the most important foundations of astrology, the 12 houses, also known as Bhavas. Without understanding houses, it is impossible to read a birth chart correctly. Imagine a movie. The planets are the actors. The zodiac signs are the costumes worn by those actors. But where is the movie taking place? The answer is the houses. The houses are the stages where the planets perform their actions. A planet can be strong, weak, friendly, exalted, or debilitated. But to understand where its effects will appear in life, we must look at the house. That is why houses are extremely important. So what exactly is a house? A house represents a specific area of life. Every birth chart contains 12 houses. Each house governs certain experiences, events, and life themes. When a planet occupies a house, it influences that area of life. Think of the houses as 12 rooms in a large mansion. Each room has a different purpose. One room is for wealth, another room is for relationships, another room is for career, another room is for spirituality. The planets visit these rooms and create different experiences. Now let us understand each house one by one. The first house is called the house of self. It is also known as the ascendant or lagna. This is the most important house in the horoscope because it represents you. It governs your physical body, personality, appearance, health, character, self-confidence, and the general direction of your life. The first house answers the question, who am I? A strong first house often gives confidence, vitality, and leadership qualities. A weak first house may create challenges related to health or self-belief. The second house is called the house of wealth. It governs savings, family, speech, food habits, possessions, and accumulated wealth. The second house answers the question, what resources do I possess? A strong second house can support financial stability, pleasant speech, and family prosperity. The third house is called the house of courage. It represents communication, writing, speaking, skills, media, marketing, effort, determination, and younger siblings. The third house answers the question, how do I express myself? People with a strong third house often become writers, speakers, entrepreneurs, journalists, sales professionals, or content creators because this house is strongly connected with communication and initiative. The fourth house is called the house of home and happiness. It governs mother, home, property, vehicles, emotional security, comfort, and inner peace. The fourth house answers the question, where do I feel safe and secure? A strong fourth house often brings happiness through family life, real estate, education, and emotional stability. The fifth house is called the house of creativity. It represents intelligence, education, children, romance, creativity, entertainment, artistic talent, and speculation. The fifth house answers the question, what do I create? Many artists, performers, teachers, investors, and creative professionals have a strong fifth house influence. The sixth house is called the house of challenges. It governs diseases, debts, enemies, competition, service, daily work, and problem solving. The sixth house answers the question, what challenges must I overcome? Although many people fear this house, it is actually the house of victory through effort. It teaches discipline, resilience, and service. The seventh house is called the house of partnerships. It governs marriage, spouse, business partnerships, contracts, negotiations, and public dealings. The seventh house answers the question, how do I relate to other people? A strong seventh house can support successful relationships and partnerships in both personal and professional life. The eighth house is called the house of transformation. It is one of the deepest and most mysterious houses in astrology. It governs secrets, research, occult sciences, inheritance, sudden events, hidden knowledge, and personal transformation. The eighth house answers the question, what changes me? This house is often prominent in the charts of astrologers, researchers, psychologists, investigators, and spiritual seekers. The ninth house is called the house of fortune. It governs luck, spirituality, higher education, philosophy, religion, teachers, mentors, long-distance travel, and dharma. The ninth house answers the question, what gives meaning to my life? This is considered one of the most fortunate houses because it connects us with wisdom, blessings, and higher understanding. The 10th house is called the house of career. It governs profession, public image, achievements, authority, reputation, social status, and leadership. The 10th house answers the question, what am I known for? When people ask about career success, this is one of the first houses astrologers examine. The 11th house is called the house of gains. It governs income, profits, friendships, social circles, networking, ambitions, and fulfillment of desires. The 11th house answers the question, what rewards do I receive from my efforts? A strong 11th house often creates opportunities through networks, communities, and influential connections. The 12th house is called the house of liberation. It governs spirituality, meditation, foreign countries, isolation, expenses, charity, sleep, and liberation from the material world. The 12th house answers the question, what must I release or surrender? This house is deeply connected with spiritual growth and the journey toward enlightenment. Now that we understand all 12 houses, let us learn the most important rule in astrology. Planets show what is happening. Signs show how it is happening. Houses show where it is happening. For example, Venus represents beauty, art, love, harmony, and relationships. If Venus is placed in the 10th house, these qualities may influence the person's career. If Venus is placed in the 7th house, these qualities may influence marriage and partnerships. If Venus is placed in the 5th house, these qualities may influence creativity, romance, and artistic expression. The planet remains the same, but the area of life affected changes because the house changes. This is why houses are so important. To make memorization easy, remember these 12 keywords. First house is self, second house is wealth, third house is courage, fourth house is home, fifth house is creativity, sixth house is challenges, seventh house is partnership, eighth house is transformation, ninth house is fortune, 10th house is career, 11th house is gains, 12th house is liberation. If you remember these 12 keywords, you already understand the foundation of house interpretation. For homework, open your birth chart and identify which sign is rising in the first house. Then identify which planets occupy your 7th house and which planets occupy your 10th house. Observe how these planets may be influencing your relationships and career. Today we learned that the houses are the 12 departments of life. Every experience we have belongs to one of these houses. To become a skilled astrologer, you must first master the language of the houses. In the next lesson, we will study house lords, also known as Bhavesh, one of the most powerful concepts in predictive astrology. House lords reveal how different areas of life become connected and how astrologers make meaningful predictions. Thank you for joining me in this lesson, and I look forward to seeing you in the next lecture.